Hello everybody! So for Christmas I got a Google Cardboard. Not your average Google Cardboard this, but I'm going to do a review today. And a very special review because I'm going to try and compare a Google Cardboard to an Oculus Rift DK2. I'm going to do an honest comparison of all of the various kind of points you'd want to compare and finish up by comparing a comparable application or game. So let's see what happens. Oh, and that, I'm going to make an effort. I've got 257 subscribers. I couldn't be happier with that, and you're all fantastic. So I'm going to add some special effects and interstitials just for the sake of it. On with the first one. Okay, so let's have a look around this thing. Now this is a Google Cardboard system, I guess you'd call it. It's not cardboard, of course. This is made out of some kind of foam. Now I bought this on Amazon. I think I paid about £20 for it, which was probably a bit too much. These are very simple indeed, but this is a classic cardboard design. It's just been translated into foam. Now you'll notice on the side it's got what's called the magnet pull switch. So if you're not familiar with that, what you got on the outside is a neodymium, I don't know, one of those magnets, strong magnet, a neodymium magnet. I don't know what I'm talking about. And on the inside you have a ceramic magnet like that. Okay, there. Now when you trigger it, what it does is it sort of interrupts the magnetic field in some way and sends a magical signal to your phone, which obviously is sitting in there, and somehow magically the phone knows that you've switched this switch by magic. I don't know. Anyway, the other features of the cardboard system is this thing here. Now this is a little sticker, and what it is an NFC tag. Now you'll notice that the cardboard systems are sold with NFC tags, near field control, and without. I would recommend not paying the extra £5 or $5 or whatever it might be, and just don't bother, because the NFC thing doesn't do anything other than open up the Google Cardboard demo application, which most of the time you're not going to want to use. Now I read somewhere that it might be used to store user details like IPD settings and things like that. I will get on to IPD later, but currently it does not do that. Now let's have another look at this device. Now it has lenses. I'll go into a little bit more detail about the lenses, and I've had to adapt it quite heavily because basically my nose is quite large, so I had to sort of trim away a bit there. Some of them come with head straps, some of them don't. This came with a head strap, so watch for that. Holding it like a pair of binoculars just doesn't really scale. So if I slip this onto the front, now the Google Cardboard system itself, the one that's made out of cardboard, it actually just flips open. I think it has some Velcro in it or something. And then your phone, I've got an LG G2, which is perfectly adequate for cardboard. And in fact, I believe was one of the recommended phones when cardboard was first kind of brought out. That just slips into the front. There you go. Now, with the screen obviously facing towards the lenses. Now, it has spacers. I've had to put in a couple of small spacers there to actually hold it securely in place. This isn't so great for being secure. Like if I shake it a bit, after a while that'll just pop off and the phone will fall out. In fact, that's already happened with my kids playing with this. So that's a bit annoying. So I probably need a rubber band around this or something just to keep it all together. But anyway, that's basically the device. And now I'm going to talk about some comparisons between this and the Oculus Rift. Okay, so let's talk about look and feel. Now this is a bit of a no-brainer, isn't it? This is a very expensive premium device. This is some foam. Or cardboard if you buy the cardboard one. You can't really compare the two on look and feel, and let's add comfort in there as well. Why not? It all fits together. You've got to strap this to your face for hours and hours. You want it to be comfortable, of course. Now this I can wear for 3 hours at a time, playing Elite Dangerous, shooting baddies in space, and I have no problem at all. I take it off, I blink twice, I walk away. This, after 5 minutes, the bridge of my nose is killing me. I want to basically throw it across the room. It's incredibly uncomfortable. The light leaks in from every single corner. This, the light is perfectly sealed away, apart from the small air holes, which you're very grateful for, of course. This is not a comfortable thing at all. Now this is the foam version, which is supposed to be more comfortable, and I've modified it for my rather large node. Even though I've done these things, it's still quite uncomfortable. So, bit of a shame, but there you go. You can't really compare look, feel and comfort of that versus that. But, you know, look and feel and comfort isn't everything. And you're talking about something that essentially is £10 versus 250, not including the thing you have to plug it into. Okay, moving on to the next section, the very important section. Accessibility. Accessibility. This is important because this is a premium item, a thing of beauty. Look at it. It's just wonderful. But it's expensive. It's £250-ish, with the extortionate delivery as well on top of it. Not only that, I have to then plug it into that thing down there. There's a computer under my desk, which I don't even want to talk about how much money I spent on that thing, and then found out the graphics card was underpowered, and then I had to upgrade that, and then I bought this thing over here, which is basically an entire half of a car, with a steering wheel that is basically better than the one in my car. All in all, I'm spending thousands of pounds of money just to get a VR experience. This is close to being perfect, but let's face it, most of the time isn't. And I still get judder and stuff. I'm playing Euro Truck Simulator, and I'm still like, oh, come on, seriously? How many more thousands do I have to throw at this before the judder stops? Accessibility. This kind of just works, right? I buy this for like £10. I slot my phone in, load up some applications, slot the phone into it, boom, it works. Okay, it's not fantastic graphics. It's not super high frame rate, but it does work. And accessibility, I think, is the important thing here. This, expensive. Hard to use. This, cheap, easy to use. Okay, does that mean this is better than this, or this is better than this? Well, obviously this is better. But accessibility is important. Let's talk about ease of use along the lines of accessibility. Ease of use. This, I've got a degree in computer science, and this still is tricky for me. You know, I get some demos and it takes me a long time to get them working. I'm having to make the Rift display primary, I'm having to tweak the DirectX settings and numerous other things in order to get it to work. I've got friends who are very computer literate. They've used the Oculus Rift for a couple of days and they just put it back in the box because it's just so difficult for them to make it work perfectly every time. And why not? You know, I can hear people watching this video, Oculus Rift owners, screaming, it's a development kit. You're right, it is a development kit. It's not supposed to be perfect. You are supposed to have a degree of computer knowledge to use these things. And I think people that buy it thinking it's just going to work are always going to be slightly disappointed because you do need to tweak around with it. This just works. I'll say it again. It just works. You just plug your phone in and it works. It's quick, it's easy, it's cheap. This, it's expensive, it's slightly unreliable. And it's difficult to use unless you've got a degree in computer science. Maybe I'm overstating it, but you know, this is my experience. Yeah, okay, I think I've done that section to death. So moving on to the 3-letter acronym section. These are the most used 3-letter acronyms in our industry. IPD and FOV, interpupillary distance and field of vision or field of view. Now, this is where it all starts to go a bit wrong for this fella. I've been rather nice about Google Cardboard so far, but really, it's all going downhill. Because your field of vision is very limited. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Side by side. These beautiful large lenses, look at the size of them, give you basically a huge field of vision. Well, it could be better. I mean, a lot of people complain about it. But look at that. Look how tiny those are. Ridiculous. So, yeah, the field of vision on this thing is very small. Now, I know cardboard enthusiasts will be saying to themselves, but come on, you can buy new lenses that are bigger. And there's the Color Cross system, which is a plastic version, which has big lenses. Yes, and in fairness, I haven't tried those, but I'm just reviewing the standard cardboard version. I imagine you can improve the field of vision. Now it comes to the other problem, which is the interpupillary distance. Now, you can't move these apart. You know, these are fixed, and they're fixed for a reason. They're fixed. Well, I get to consistency and variation a bit later, but they're fixed. You can't move them. But the software on your computer can measure your eyes, measure your interpupillary distance, and the software can then compensate for it. Google don't seem to do this at all. There's no way currently of specifying your IPD, not even in your Google settings about your life. You can't say how wide apart your eyes are. And so then the software doesn't seem to take it into account. What does that mean? It means that the scale seems wrong, you get a bit of eye strain, it just doesn't feel quite right. You know, and that impacts presence, right? And I'll talk about presence a little bit later. But yeah, it kind of spoils it a little bit, which is a real shame. You know, so IPD, very important. We don't all have the same spaced apart eyes. In fact, I think I'm pretty normal with my freakishly wide apart eyes. I bought this Oculus Rift thinking I was normal, and then I did my IPD settings and realised I'm effectively a freak. I mean, my IPD is very wide. Doesn't look too bad. I think it suits my head, but yeah, apparently my eyes are too wide apart. So yeah, people like me, freakish people like me without like normally spaced eyes, really need to have an IPD setting. It's kind of a no-brainer. Okay, that's the TLAs done to death. Next section, variation of experience. So variation, this is an important one because these things, there's a few thousand of these around the world. You're probably looking at one right now. You Oculus Rift enthusiast, you. They're all the same. I mean, there might be slight differences. I hear the cloth, this thing, it can be slightly different depending on the model you're using. Other than that, they're pretty much exactly the same. So that's important, right? So all the compensation for the differences in your shape of your face, your eyes, your height, the way your neck bends, that's all done in software. And the known quantity is that these are all the same, right? This, allegedly these are similar, but they're not all the same, okay? And the biggest inconsistency, of course, is this. This is an LG G2. This is a fairly standard model phone for this application, but you know that they all differ so hugely in the screen size, in the capability, and that impacts the experience. The fact I have to put spacers in here straight away to make it work, immediately I thought, well, that's not going to work. I mean, that's going to throw the scale off if my phone is slightly too small. And of course it does. You know, it's not consistent. And okay, if you're that magical person who somehow is exactly the right height, with exactly the right spacing of eyes, with exactly the right size phone, and can have exactly the right size face, which basically this just locks onto comfortably, then lucky you. But I don't think that person really exists. And unfortunately, one of those inconsistencies is going to throw the experience a little bit. So there you go. Presence. Presence is important. We talk about presence a lot in the VR community. You go on Reddit, you go on the forums there. All we ever talk about is presence, because presence means the feeling of being inside a game. It's that thing you can't explain to people who don't use VR. You say, oh, you're playing a computer game, how lovely. No, I'm in the frigging computer game. That's the difference, okay? Now, this, when you think about all the things I've previously said about IPD, about FOV, about comfort, about just the feel of this thing, this gives you presence. Yeah? I can't overstate this. This wins hands down over this. Anyone who says that cardboard is better than or the equivalent to this is talking nonsense, right? Either that or they have such a terrible computer system they're plugged into that, you know, that they're just not getting the proper experience. But that comes back to the point, right? I mean, this is very accessible. It's very good. And okay, if it's 50% as good as this, for 1/5 of the price, probably less when you consider how much you have to spend on computer systems, then this is an amazing experience. And I would urge anybody if you're an Oculus Rift owner or not, to buy one of these, because you can slip these in your bag. I can break this down in 5 seconds, slip it inside my briefcase and take it into work and show my colleagues. You know, this is fun. It's a fun little thing, and you can use your phone. You know, most people's phones can cope with it. So buy one, because they're great, really. But do they have the same sense of presence? Now that's a question, and I think I can only do that with a demo. And the demo I'm going to use is a chair in a room, which is one of my favourite horror demos. One of the first horror demos I ever played on the DK1. I'm going to try it on the DK2. I'm going to try it on this. I'm going to show you how it works. I've tried it before. Spoiler alert. It still scared the crap out of me, even though I'm using it on this system. Okay? Now, even after all I've said, the sense of presence is enough that a horror game still scares me. You're probably thinking, well, I've seen you react to horror games before. In your previous videos, you're clearly a big girl's blouse. Okay, maybe. But I still think the presence, the feeling of presence is there. And I would, again, urge you to have a go. Anyway, so, TLDR, better, not as good. Hello there. Now what I've done here is I've strapped, in a very low tech way, a webcam to my Google Cardboard. Okay, just with some duct tape. Duct tape doesn't stick very well to phone. Interesting side note there. Now I've done it like that. I could have done like a clever screen capture, but I kind of wanted to show you what it looked like through the lens. Hence I've strapped this this camera on. Now you'll notice straight away this is a chair in a room. If you've played a chair in a room, it's fantastically scary, simple game. You're on a chair in a room, you're looking around, things are changing in the room, and it's kind of eerie, and then there's a big jump scare at the end and you go, holy crap! This is a particularly good game to deal with the detractors, the people who say, oh, you know, how good can that be? Stick them in on a chair in a room with the lights off, get them to play this game, they will soil themselves. Absolutely. Now, you'll notice as I look around, hopefully there's no lag between the two webcams I'm running, you know, it's pretty good. There's a tiny amount of lag, but really not that noticeable. The frame rate's pretty high. I don't know exactly what the frame rate is in these games because there's no real way of telling, but it's not really like noticeably laggy or jittery. So, you know, pretty cool. So I'm going to turn myself around. I'm not going to play this game, and I'm not going to try and run my DK2 and this side by side. I would like to do that, but in reality I'm just not ambidextrous enough. So there's the smoking cigarette on the table as I turn around. Oh, the door's open. No, it's not. And then I can click my magnet switch on the side, which is a little bit temperamental, I'll be honest. This is the second time I've recorded this. The magnet switch stopped working. But the magnet switch works pretty well with most phones. And the idea is you have to turn your torch off to let it recharge. It's some kind of magical recharging phone. And you turn it back on, and then all of a sudden you kind of notice, oh look, footsteps on the floor. Oh, that was creepy. Just let my phone charge. And it's just exactly the same as the Oculus Rift. It's just an exact same. Whoa! What was that? You see, it is frightening. I'm not even looking through it. It's really good. And I did this to myself the other day. I thought, it can't be that good. And I sat down and I did it, and it did still make me jump, even though I know where the jump scare parts are. Now you're probably thinking, well, I've seen your other videos. You're clearly the world's biggest girl's blouse, as we say here. Yes, I am. And I admit it. I'm not very good with these games. But it is particularly frightening. I know this game quite well now, and I even know where to look. Liar! Bloody handprint on wall. Are we at that part yet? No. Creepy doll in a box. Are we at that bit yet? No. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's really good if you haven't tried a chair in the room. I'm just going to play you through the whole demo. So really, what I'm saying here is, it's, you know, it's not bad, right? I mean, it's quick, you know. I'm using just the gyroscopic sensor in the phone, I guess. It's just using that. Nothing terribly special. You know, it's very, very clever. Turn around, step behind me. Yeah. No. Anyway, you get the idea. I don't think it's so important playing through the whole game. It's really just giving you an idea of what the game is like. So I'm just going to take this off and like just peer through myself. Let's have a look. Turn on the switch. Let me give you a little explanation of what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean it's a little bit lacking in the graphics. The graphics are a little bit jaggy. You know, there's I've got the bloody handprint on the wall now. Oh, yeah, ghost in the corner. It's still pretty scary, but yeah, let's do a comparison with the DK2, and I'll talk through that, and I'll wear that at the same time because I can do the screen grab. Okay, here we go. I can hear my kids downstairs singing Slade. It is Christmas after all. Alright, so let's get in here. Headset on. So I'm just going to use my, I think I can use Xbox control. Oh no, I can't. So immediately I'm faced with lovely kind of dust eerily hanging in the air. Like fantastic frame rate, you know, no lag at all. A real sense of where I look is where I'm supposed to be looking. Where I lean is where I'm supposed to be in space. And it's really fantastic. You know, I can't overstate this. I mean, the cardboard is great. It's good enough to make you jump out your skin in this game. But this isn't just you know, just playing a game. It's being in the room. And yeah, I don't know how to state that more clearly, and I guess Oculus Rift owners will know. Let's just drop the sound down a little bit. There we go. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So let's play through this as much as I possibly can. I'm a bit of the girl's blouse, as you know. And here I am, I'm by myself in this creepy room. Now, the biggest difference, I mentioned it earlier, and I can't think I can overstate this one, is the field of view. You know, I really feel like I'm just wearing a pair of, I don't know, swimming goggles. Oh, that's creepy. It's like I'm wearing a pair of swimming goggles. You know, I've got slight kind of darkness around this edge. You know, I'm aware I'm not 100% using my full field of view. But with the cardboard system, it's a very narrow field of view, and you know, not at all. Oh, I hate this game. Why did I pick this? I could have picked Tuscany. It occurred to me I could have picked Tuscany. Yeah, there's the footprints. Yeah, I'm not going to play this all the way through. Oh, I hate that noise. Oh, the chair in the corner. I forgot about the chair in the corner. What I love about this is the way you get the kind of creepy dust hanging in the air. What the hell? Yeah, honestly, it makes me shake, this game. Oh, bloody hell. This is not good. This is not pleasant. I can't narrate very easily with this game because it's frankly very frightening. If you don't look around everywhere, the triggers don't happen. So if you don't follow the footsteps, for instance, it doesn't trigger the next jumpy scene. Oh. Yeah, you know what, I'm not going to play this all the way through because that is not the point of today. And also, I'm a massive girl. Oh, the chair's over. I'm certainly... Yeah! I'm certainly not going to play it to the end. So if you want to see me jump and have a near fatal heart attack, you're out of luck. Oh. Oh God, no. I'm out. No! I am out. Okay, you get the idea though, right? Pretty scary. And it all comes back to presence. The feeling of actually being in the room with the creepy doll and the ghost and the bloody wall and everything else. Horrible. Anyway, what's my conclusion? What dramatic conclusion can I draw from all this? Oh, I need an interstition. Interstition! So, what conclusion can we draw from today's discussion, I wonder? I think it's quite simple. I think it comes back to what I was saying earlier. Really, it's all about accessibility. Okay, the Google Cardboard is not as good as a DK2, and do not believe anybody who says that they are. Is it 50% as good? Possibly. It's good enough that it is still VR. Does it ruin VR for people? Not at all. I think it's good enough to still wow people who've never had an experience with VR before. So, should you buy one? Absolutely. Should you buy one for your friend who has a decent phone? Absolutely. You know, this is a great gift, a great thing to play with, a great thing to sort of play with when you're sat on the sofa, so you're not being completely antisocial. You know, you really should spend more time with your girlfriends, guys. I mean, I know I haven't seen my wife for a good 2 years now. I've been in this attic, polishing my weapons, playing with my VR. You know, at least you can be a little bit more sociable with the Google Cardboard. Much more portable, much more sociable. Get one, try it yourself. It's nowhere near as good as a DK2, but come on, seriously, did you expect that? It's really good though, and it's certainly worth a go. I hope this review / comparison was useful for you today, and I sincerely hope that you give it a go. Have a go and write your comments below. I really like hearing comments from people. It shows that people are actually interacting. I really love that. So yeah, give us your thoughts. What's your feeling about Cardboard? What have you used? What applications and demos do you recommend? So yeah, just drop them in the comments below, and I will put a link to where I bought this from. I am in no way affiliated with the salesman who sells these things, but I will put a link up anyway if you like the look of it. And other than that, I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.